can see.
All right, y'all know what it is. It's your man EC Weston. Good afternoon to everyone. Thank y'all for rocking out with us. Webisode number 43, I think it is. As you can see, I'm by myself. Wife. Guess what, y'all? She not mad at me. You know when she get mad, she don't be wanting to come on the show. Well, not this week. She's going to get my baby girl who had her AAU basketball tryouts today. So she had to go pick her up. But either way, y'all hold me down because I'm going to hold y'all down. It's just us. Tonight's webisode, we have an amazing group of guys out of Kansas City, Missouri. Off the cuff, these boys are amazing. And we're going to be talking about self-esteem. We're going to interview them, push you guys to their show, have an amazing show, y'all, that's out on LiT TV Network. And of course, you know, I'm kind of biased towards LiT TV Network, but you got to go check them out. Stay tuned. Go ahead and share. Go share. Let's get it.
All right, yeah, there we go. Now I can see. Y'all ready to get lit? Live from Jacksonville, Florida. Vodcasting around the world.
You heard me right. That's vodcasting with a V.
We want to welcome you to the LiT TV show, where we love, learn, and leverage information together. Because what we don't know can literally take us back to the Stone Ages. Are y'all ready to get? Welcome your host, E.
Mama goes to that man.
E.
The boy's smart, but he crazy.
Weston. This is the LiT TV show with EC Weston. Stay lit, my friends.
We back and we in the building. I'm going to turn this music down a little bit because it's a little loud, I think. Yeah, I think it's a little bit loud. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can hear the music. I can't see y'all yet, so give me a quick moment. Come up on the screen. All right. If you can hear me, how many people we got rocking out? Whoa, 300 people already. What's up? Let's go, family. Quintez Nelson in the building. I see you, Quintez. Thank you for rocking out with the family on tonight. I got to change my color screen up. Thank you for coming out tonight. Fidel Donaldson in the building. LiT TV family. Thank you for rocking out with us, Fidel. Yvette Andrews in the house. That's my mama, y'all. She is in the building. Thank you for rocking out with us, Mom Dukes. Quintez say, are you in trouble? No, I'm not in trouble, bro. Trust me, I will tell you. I know I don't lie. I'm going to tell you. If we arguing, I'm going to tell you. No, we ain't arguing. Life is good, at least for a couple of days. You know we're going to get into an argument about food or something crazy here soon. Joey Cash, Cecil Field in the building. What's good, Joey? Thank you for rocking out with us, Cecil Field. This is my brother, y'all. We go and hoop at Cecil Field together. Thank you for rocking out with us, Joey. Most Def, Fidel. All right, Kia in the building. What's up, Kia? I got all y'all, 400 of y'all. I need y'all to do me a favor. Would y'all please tell me where you're from? Y'all know how we do it. Let me know your name, where you're from, what part of the world are you in? If you're in another country, we want to know it. If you're in another part of the U.S., we want to know it. You're not in Florida, we want to know it. Praying for Tennessee. I got my brother in Tennessee, just got off the horn with him, and he is in the middle of a tornado. They got some really bad weather going on in Tennessee, so we're praying for them. I got uncles, I got family in Tennessee. Quintez, I'm sure you're a Tennessee person. Nashville, that area is going through a tornado storm at the moment, so we're praying for them. Rocking out with us on tonight. What's up, everybody? Let me know who you are, where you're from. Put it in the chat so we can put it up on the screen. We're getting ready to pay some bills, and we're going to jump right in early. We don't have no news from charity tonight. Get my seat together, y'all. We ain't got no news from charity tonight, so we're going to skip all the news and all that other stuff. We're going to pay a few bills. We're going to come right back, and after we pay a few bills, we're going to come right back and jump in with our guests tonight, 3 dope brothers out of Kansas City. And then, of course, y'all know my business partner, Mr. Mike Grubbs. He's tuning in, and he's rocking out with us tonight, and we're going to talk about self-esteem. We're going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to push these boys' buttons. Y'all know how I do. We're going to see rather than not they ready. How about that? Yeah. All right, let's get ready to pay some bills. I need y'all to do me a favor, though. I'm trying to do all this stuff at the same time tonight. I need y'all to stay locked in. I need you to like. I need you to share. Hit the thumbs up. Or if you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. I need you to hit the thumbs up. If you don't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. Hit one of the thumbs, okay? Just hit one of the thumbs so the algorithm know we rocking out tonight and pushes us so we get more people in the room. All right, I need you to do that for me right now. I'm going to stop this music. We're going to pay some bills, and then we're going to come back with our guests. Let's get these bills paid.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nicola Garrett. Catch my show and many others on the new LiT TV network.
Business owners, is your business signed up to iShopBlack.com? This is the hottest spot for Black-owned businesses and professionals. Get discovered by consumers and make more money. It's just that simple. Visit iShopBlack.com and get signed up today.
iShopBlack.com.
Years in this industry, taking care of all of Florida, guaranteeing 100% customer satisfaction.
So, shout out to iShopBlack.com. Thank you, iShopBlack.com. If you are a Black-owned business, I don't care where you are in the country. If you are a Black-owned business and you want more Black support, you need to go to www.shopblack.com, and you need to create your profile. If you are not a member, it's free. Create your profile so people can find you. If you are a person who wants to support Black-owned businesses, you would like to give more money to the Black community, go to iShopBlack.com. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it there. Shout out to iShopBlack.com for supporting. Also, D&T Heating and Air. Thank you so much, guys. D&T Heating and Air is the premier heating and air company in the Northeast Florida, Southeast Georgia region. Listen, I use these people personally. They do our church. They do my home. And so I am a fan. Not only do maintenance, they do, if you need them to come and service the unit, if you need them to come and create or install a new unit, you need new unit, old unit repair. I don't care what it, new installation, you name it. Okay. These guys do it, and they do it with a high level of customer service. And keep this a secret, they don't try to charge you a whole lot of money. They look out for us. So shout out to the owners and the founders of D&T Heating and Air, Mr. Tony, Mr. Al. I appreciate you guys. Salute. Thank y'all for rocking out and supporting the LiT TV show. And then last but not least, y'all know I'm always gonna leave this one for last. Shout out to the LiT TV network. Special place in my heart. In the middle of a soft launch, y'all. These brothers who are coming on tonight, our guests tonight, are on the LiT TV network, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But I am excited about what God is doing with LiT TV network. We're in a soft launch phase, getting all content curation in place, getting ready to, in about 90 days, to go to the public, and it's going to be, I'm gonna say bananas, but dope is what I'm gonna say. My wife ain't here. Y'all know she tripping when I say dope, so I'm gonna say dope because she ain't here tonight. It's gonna be dope. So y'all make sure y'all rock out with us. Let me go back to my screen, find out who we got in the building. Sarah J. What's up, Sarah? Tuned in tonight. Thank you for rocking out with us on tonight. I need y'all to tell me who you are, where you're from. Put it in the chat. It's 600, man, 600 people on here. I need y'all to put it in the chat. Y'all better talk to me. I tell you what, I got some dope guests I ain't gonna bring on until y'all talk to me. Well, they all waiting on me to bring them on, so I probably will bring them on. But if y'all better be glad if they weren't backstage waiting to come on, I would just make y'all wait. I really would just make y'all wait till y'all tell me who you are and where you're from. 700 of y'all on here. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to bring these guys up to the stage one by one, and then we're going to get right into our conversation on tonight. First off, I'm going to bring my business partner up. Y'all have met this guy before. I'm sure you have. Let me bring him up so y'all can see his face. Hold on here. Come on, Weston. Come on to the stage. There he is. Can you say something, sir? Can we hear you?
What's happening, good folks? Good to see each and every one of you guys.
Right, Grub. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, broski? We got a show.
I'm gonna bring up the next gentleman to the stage. I'm gonna bring up the next gentleman. His name is Isaiah. I'm gonna bring him up to the stage because the other gentleman named Will, I can't see him. He backstage, but I can't see his face. So I'm gonna bring up my brother Isaiah. What it do, Isaiah?
What's going on, Mike? And what's going on, Pastor E.C. Weston? What's the deal?
Big timer.
I love this brother energy. Listen, y'all, he is a man after God's own heart. I love this brother. And then I'm going to bring up the next one. His name is Pastor, well, I'm going to say Roman. Let me tell y'all, one time I say Pastor D. His last name is D, Roman D. I said Pastor D, and he ain't even answer me. I guess I got to put Roman D. If I don't say Roman D, it ain't him, y'all. So I got to bring up this brother here, Fire Preacher, man. When I tell you, matter of fact, if y'all follow me on Facebook, I've been sharing their stuff. Him and his wife does this amazing Bible study on Wednesdays and Tuesdays, multiple times actually come out dealing with love. Man, I just love what they do. I love their connection. And so I'm gonna bring Pastor Roman D up to the stage. Come on up, Pastor Roman D. What it do, sir?
What it do, my peoples? What's up, my brothers? Pastor Weston, Mike Grubbs, Zay
Yeah, man. And then last but not least, I don't see him, man. Y'all want to run a check while I talk to the people and see where his camera's not on. Like I can't see Pastor William Parker Jr. I can't see him at all. Can y'all please just check on him real quick, make sure he good? Like a camera ain't on there. I don't see him.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, run a check for me real quick. Let me shout out to people. What's up, Quintez, Fort Walton Beach, Rochelle Parker, Kansas City. Do y'all know Rochelle Parker?
Yeah, that's Will's wife.
That's Will's wife.
Sister Parker, where your husband at? I can't see him. Tell him to get that camera together, Sister Parker. Rochelle Parker, Kansas City is in the building. Fort Walton Beach in the building. Thank y'all guys for rocking out with us. I'm gonna bring him on up to the stage anyway, and just see he's on there. But can you say something, Will?
Will Parker Jr. in the house. Y'all don't see me?
We hear you. I don't see him. Do y'all see him?
I don't see it.
All right.
Like there's a circle with just a circle for your avatar.
All right, I'll get it popping. I'll change cameras.
There you go. There you go. He's there in front of your wife. Say you there in front of the camera. You done got dogs coming, bro. You done got real dogs.
Baby, black on crack.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch my camera around. How about that? So I can look like y'all. Y'all coming on looking all cool and stuff. Try to fix mine so I can look cool with y'all.
Oh, look! Oh, you showing out now. You showing out now. You was gonna show out, huh?
Oh man,
no. Just want to look cool like the rest of y'all. There we go.
Hey,
yeah.
Oh, that's official. Hey, that's lit right there.
So just get this, y'all. That's my dad. Who is my dad? Who is pre-summer? Pre-summer glow up. That's my dad. Who is pre-summer glow up?
Pre-summer
glow up. That's my dad. I don't know. One of y'all. Maybe that's my. Hold on, listen. No.
That's Will Parker's daughter, Jess.
Oh,
Will.
okay.
Hey, nice to meet you, young lady. Nice to meet you. That's your daddy. We just can't see him. Pre-summer glow up. We don't know where he at.
I don't know.
While he's getting his camera together, listen, y'all. We have these brothers on the show tonight. Amazing men of God, amazing creative individuals, and they have a show that comes on every Saturday night on the LiT TV network, and it's called Off the Cuff. And what I love about these brothers, man, is that they have amazing dialogue and conversation that draw you in, literally draw you into the conversation. And is it called Off the Cuff because you literally are coming off the cuff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, when we was about to, because the crazy thing, how we started was we've been talking about getting together and doing something live and everything. Yeah. And then one Saturday, I just happened to be off work that night. And Isaiah and Will was talking. They said, well, Roman D, let's get him on. So we just went on there and do it. We said, what we going to call it? And we were sitting there and said, how about off the cuff? Because we didn't have no notes, no nothing. We were just gonna go in. So we said, how about we just do off the cuff? And everybody's like, yeah, that's what we talking about. And so hey, we went to off the cuff, and we've been running ever since.
Yeah.
Listen, I love it. I love it. I love it. 9 o'clock not 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Our time, 7 o'clock y'all time. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock our time, yo.
Yeah, 7. There, you guys are Central Time, correct?
Yes, Central
sir.
Time.
Yeah, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, y'all. I need y'all to check these boys out. Listen to me. We're gonna get into some dialogue of a previous. This was actually a previous episode that these guys did. That you can go check out on demand on LiT TV. Dealing with self-esteem, and I got a chance to hear the dialogue and wanted to join in, but we want to promote these guys. We're going to push these guys. I need all of y'all that rock with me to rock with them. They are a part of the family now. We finna turn them up. You know how we do it. So I need y'all to rock with them. They have a YouTube channel. We're going to blow their YouTube channel up like y'all blow mine up. How about that? And we're going to rock with these brothers. So, hey, Pastor Mike.
Yes, sir.
I didn't say pass the mic. I said pastor.
Yes, sir.
Didn't catch what I said. I said Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike.
I'm here.
So you got history to Kansas City.
Oh yeah, man. I moved up to Kansas City back in 1992. My father worked at the Mid-American Heart Institute up there, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air story. Wanted to move for my grandmother. Moved my dad, where he had more resources to help me get into a good school, and wound up going to school in Kansas City, Missouri. Enrolled in a military and law magnet called Northeast Senior High School, where I met the one and only Will Parker Jr., aka Mr. Ball Hog. 25 points, whichever come first.
What? Say that again. 25 what?
25 shots or 25 points, whichever came first. He was gonna get it. 25 was his number on the jersey.
Wow.
25 points or 25 shots, whichever one came first.
25 were gonna get hit by Will Parker Jr.
Oh man, boy.
Listen, Will's daughter name is Jessica. Sorry, baby girl. I'm glad you put your name in there because I was saying pre-summer because that's what it shows up on the YouTube thing. But Jessica, nice to meet you, young lady. And one day we're gonna get to meet you in person. Why? Because we coming out to Kansas City. We got that on the map. We coming out that way. We're gonna see whether or not these boys got some good food out that way. You know, me and Mike are foodies. We like good food. I wonder if Kansas City got something good to eat. Y'all supposed to know barbecue or something, right?
Yeah, we got that barbecue, all type of barbecue. What you want, what you need. You
got
the best in the world. Best in the world.
Really? now I'm gonna tell you, Memphis has something to say about that.
He said,
right, we the architect. We the foundation. We where it started, baby.
Oh man.
So listen. Oh, barbecue. Come on, Sister Parker gonna throw her 2 cents in there. She talking about barbecue. She talking about the barbecue capital of the world.
Hey, now, EC, listen, they got some off the chain gates, man. And when you get the gates with the sauce and then you get the fries, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's so good, you know. But also we got Jack Stacks. You know, Jack Stacks is pretty solid as well too. You know what I'm saying?
Jack Stacks is a barbecue place.
Jack Stacks, yeah. So they got some really good beans. The beans is off the chain. I'm talking about really good beans. Yeah, yo. Listen.
Sister Parker said no to Texas, no to Memphis. And Jessica done turned up too. There he is. The boy is on now. Come on, him. Put you on the screen.
Yo,
You echoing.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm on 2 computers. Let me turn off the other one.
There it is. Sisters United by Love in the building. What's going on, Sisters United by Love? Thank you for rocking out with us tonight. Mike, Jessica, not Jessica, but Sarah Jones say, hey, Mike. She said, hey, so I meant to throw that up there for you. All right. So now that we got you all, can y'all do me a favor? I introduced you, but there's no way another man can introduce you like you can introduce yourself. Would you please go around individually? And let's start with the one that's late to the party, who say that they got his wife done sold him out really and told us that they got the best barbecue on planet Earth. So she done stood up for him tonight. And his daughter stood up for him tonight. So we're gonna start off with Will Parker Jr. Mr. Will, would you please introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Will Parker Jr., aka Not a Ball Hog. You know what I'm saying? Not a Ball Hog, Kansas City, Missouri finest. Don't y'all listen to Pastor Grubbs, man. Don't y'all listen to him, man.
Thank you, Will. And then Mr. Pastor Roman D. Pastor Roman D, introduce yourself.
I am Pastor Roman D. Lead pastor of Alive Church in Kansas City, Missouri. Husband to the awesome wife of Erica Harris.
Come on,
7
bro.
beautiful babies, and you know I get to hang out with my boys.
No doubt. I love these boys' energy. And listen, when I watched this show for the first time, I was like, man, these boys got something. I love their energy. And then y'all, when I hopped on the phone call with them, they were the same cats. I'm like, they had the same energy just in regular conversation. I'm like, boy, these boys are cool. Hey, last but not least, I love this one here probably the most, y'all. I haven't met him in person. Everything's been Zoom and stuff like that. But you know, this young man here, I don't know how old he is, but his heart, his will to learn, and he asks questions. I don't know. I just love his spirit. And every time we call him, y'all, he at work. I don't know how he worked. I don't know what time it is. 3 o'clock in the morning. It be 3 o'clock at night. He's gonna answer the phone in a work vest in the work truck, no matter what. So he must be rich because he works a lot of hours. Come on, Mr. Isaiah Thomas. Would you please introduce yourself, Mr. Isaiah?
What's going on, good people, man? It's your boy Isaiah, also known as Zaya Beats. The fellas call me. And listen, man, I'm excited about today, man. Like I'm telling you, man, this is such a privilege, and it's so awesome to be here with you wonderful people, man. So what's up with it? What's the deal?
See what I mean? I love the energy, y'all. I love the energy. So let's jump right into this thing, y'all. Let's jump right into this thing. So tonight we're going to be dealing with the topic self-esteem, and I'm going to let them start the dialogue off, and Mike and I will chime in, Mike, if that's cool with you, because they've been talking about it already. We'll kind of chime in and we'll bounce off of you guys, but tonight we're talking about self-esteem, and I'll start it off, but I'm going to turn it over to Will, Isaiah, and Roman. Here's the thing about self-esteem. Everything that we have to do in life is between our 2 ears. 100% of life is lived between our 2 ears. It's never what's happening outside of you. It is always what's going on within. And one of the things that I think the enemy has really been very good at doing is getting us to see ourselves in ways that we should not see ourselves. There's a verse in the scripture that we quote on one side, but don't really pay attention to the other. And that verse says this: let no man think more highly of himself than he ought to think. And we look at that to say, you shouldn't be high-minded, you shouldn't be arrogant. And that's true. But it also said more highly than he ought to, which means you should think highly of yourself, just not too high. But we never teach that part. So I'm gonna turn it over to these guys, man. Listen, y'all, let's dive in. Let's do off the cuff live on LiT TV.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
I'll turn it over to y'all.
Hey, listen, I want to say too, I wanted to start it by, actually like diving right in, Pastor E.C. Weston, where you left off was so dope because, when you said that, he shouldn't think of himself more highly than he ought to, that's so crazy because God thinks of us really, really high. He considered us, you know what I mean? All the things that we've done and how he view us, that's one of the big things as well. So, you should think of yourself in that way. You should think of yourself as someone who's special, someone who's gifted, someone who's unique, someone who has gifts and talents and strengths, someone who is, not like the norm. You're different than ever. You're unique. And I think that when we're dealing with self-esteem, you're tapping into truly who you are, and God's gonna reveal to you along the way little pieces and, nicks and knacks and stuff like that. But when you dive into really who you are and begin to see your value and that your value is connected with other people, you'll start to see how full circle, like how it's so important to have self-esteem, because your self-esteem rubs off on other people. So you are just as important as the person that you're looking at, like, wow, look at them, look at what they got, you know, but you have something that is so special and unique. And so when I look at self-esteem, that's how I see it. It's not only a personal thing, but it's also connection, you know, dealing with other people as well. And you can see by you having that confidence in yourself, how it's important, you know, to have that confidence, and it connects you with other people. So, yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think, and we're not going to keep it just in the spiritual realm or the Christendom realm or the faith realm. Although majority of my listeners are of faith, we have a lot of listeners who believe differently, but it does not matter when it comes to self-esteem. Self-esteem is something that must be addressed regardless of your religious background, your religious ideologies, or your faith belief, or what have you. Well, so let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that, and just dealing with from a Christian side, and then we're going to kind of jump on the other side, do y'all think that this comes from, you know, like what would we be if we were never told we can't? Or what would we be if we never were told no? What would we, do you think self-esteem issues come from, you know, people pointing out what's wrong to us for so long, or sin nature, and people pointing out hell? And, you know, there was a time when I was ministering to a young man earlier today, and there was a time where everything in Christendom was about hell, fire, and brimstone, and, you know, and you're going to hell, your pants lands up, your pants are, you know, you're wearing pants as a woman, your dress ain't long enough, you know, you got earrings, you know, the things that we do kept us always striving, which is good. It's good to strive, but we miss the mark, right? Because we all fall, sin, and come short. And so when we miss the mark, is there a self-esteem issue that is set in maybe from that capacity? Is it mom, dad, you know, trauma as a child where we've been told you ain't gonna be nothing, you're gonna be like your father, you know, all of these things that have come along? Like, where does the self-esteem issues really come from?
You said it, Pastor EC. It starts from the crib.
No doubt.
It starts from the crib, man. How was you raised? Was you raised as a young man first of all, was you raised with a father in the house?
It's good.
You know, was you raised with a mother in the house?
Yeah.
It starts there, because in most Black men or African American men home, we wasn't raised with fathers. So we are more, actually, we tend to be more emotional, but that plays against your self-esteem. Because if you ain't see the model of a man, and a man never can talk to you, that's why a lot of men have problems getting when they go to the job, or even when you're playing basketball with another man talking to you some type of way. Your self-esteem has been damaged.
It's good. It's good. Sisters, not sisters, but Sisters United by Love just chimed in. Before I say that, the lady that's on the screen, if y'all can see her, that's my wife, Charity. Charity, what's up, baby?
Hey.
What's up, Charity? What's the deal?
What's going on?
Man, what's up? So, Quintez, see, I told you we ain't mad at each other. She just said, hey. How about that, Mike? Also, my mom said self-esteem starts at the beginning of life. I think that's what you just said too. Will Parker, you just mentioned, Will, that it's about the beginning, how we're raised, right? Starts at the early on. Sister Parker is in the building. Good stuff, Will. Come on, she cheerleading you, bro.
My boo.
That's how you do it right there. She'll say, hey, Lady Charity. Last but not least, good stuff, preacher. Says, I got you, preacher. Thank you, Quintez. That's my brother from another mother out of Fort Walton Beach. And so, fellas, Mike, is there a breakdown from the Hebraic standpoint of self-esteem or Greek? Like, I'm pulling on you because I want to go deep for a moment, if we can, and you the person that kind of take me there. So,
yeah, the Apostle Paul talks a lot about not thinking above yourself as you are. I mean, as you ought to be. And so what he's doing is he's really speaking in Greek, trying to give people a Hebraic understanding of what the definition of actual evil is. So like in the Hebrew language, every letter has a definition. And so the way words are formed is based off the definition of the letter inside the word. So the Hebrew word for evil is ra. It's spelled with two letters, the letter resh and the letter ayin. The letter resh means it's symbolic of a head. It means to be chief, highest, most important. The letter ayin is where we get the word eye from. It means to see. So Hebraically, anything that you see that becomes your head, that becomes chief, higher, or more important than God, the things of God or things pertaining to God, becomes evil.
It's good.
So when it comes to self-esteem, what Paul is saying, don't think of yourselves higher than you ought to. What he's saying is don't put yourself in a position where you're on a pedestal, and that because evil is a perspective. What's evil to you may not be evil to me.
Wow.
So there's nothing wrong with esteeming yourself and elevating yourself, but you can't allow that to become the head of your life.
That's exactly what he said, isn't it? Because he said more highly than you ought to think, which
That's
means
right.
you should think highly, right? And he says, but think soberly, which means you think so high of yourself that you're high on your own supply, right? You're starting to believe your own press. You're getting intoxicated about self, right? And I think that's what Paul was saying. No, that's good. That's good. So, fellas, last week when you dealt with the topic, y'all dove into some good stuff, man. Bring some of that. I'm gonna get the people to go look at the last episode, but I'm gonna make them tune in to this episode live on this coming Saturday at 8:00. But can y'all bring us up to speed? Like, what were some of the things that you guys dove into as it relates to self-esteem last time y'all did the episode last week?
Well, one of the good things that I loved, especially about that one, was our transparency. And one of the things we kind of just dove in, we each dove into our personal dealings with self-esteem. And one of the things that I talked about in that episode, how self-esteem, when you have low self-esteem, it will literally stop you from seeing the good that you have on the inside of you.
Wow.
The things that you do well, it will blind you to that because you're always thinking that you don't measure up. You don't do things as well as other people. But here's the crazy thing. It will amplify what other people do and show their greatness while diminishing you at the same token. And so what we talk about, why it's so important for us to have a positive self-esteem of ourselves is because we want to see ourselves the way God sees us. Really, that scripture says, don't think of yourself more highly than you ought to. It's basically saying, see yourself as God sees you.
Come on, bro.
And when you do that, you see your worth. You see, because think about this. When does God ever tell us we can't do something? We can't accomplish something. We're horrible. God never calls us ugly. God never calls us stupid. That is things that we have allowed the world to indoctrinate us with. And therefore, we don't see ourselves the way God sees us. And therefore, we have a low self-esteem. Anytime you don't view yourself the way God sees you, you have low self-esteem.
That's good. That's good. And guess what we do? What we do is we start looking externally for things, vices, to help deal with what's going on internally, right? And so joy, peace, happiness, bliss, whatever term you want to call it, are actually chemicals that are released in our body, right? When you feel joy, that's actually a chemical that's being released in your body. And so when we have low self-esteem, then what we do is if we're not careful, we either slip into depression, or we start looking for external things to make up what we really feel internally. That's right. Good. And check this out. Another thing we do is we start portraying onto others what we're dealing with internally. Am I right? Yeah. So the bully bullies. Well, the person who's been bullied. That's how he deals with his being bullied. He don't like being bullied, but the way he pacifies that is bullying others. Right? The person who has low self-esteem usually talks down on other people. Why? Because they're dealing with something that is a deficiency in themselves. So we start dealing with external things when in actuality the problem is internal. Somebody, let's see, Eve, my mom, somebody. First off, Sisters United by Love threw you guys some claps on that. That was good stuff. That was
good. Come on.
Off the cuff. That's right. Lit TV Network off the cuff. Yvette Andrews said, my mom says, I am who God says I am. I am. Come on here. I'm somebody. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. John 14:12. Quintez, John 14:12. I ain't a Bible scholar. I'm just a pastor, so I don't know every scripture. All these scriptures. Watch this.
Pastor Grubb should know that by heart. He memorized the whole Bible.
Hey, Will, you hit the nail on the head. I was going there. Hey, Mike, what's John 14:12?
He that you shall do the same works or do greater works than what I've done. Something.
Oh, come on, man. Hold on.
Walking Bible, man. I promise you.
I was gonna have to grab a Bible.
Come on here. TNT, what's going on, my brother? God is greatest. The point of life is to make life better for your brother and your sister, like the way parents are pleased when most of their offspring love and support. That's exactly right, my brother. That's exactly right. This ain't that network rocking out with us. I missed you, man. I don't know where you've been at. We've been holding it down, having some good shows here. Where you been at? You know I'm gonna hold you accountable. You got to be in the building when we launch, but you're here tonight. So thank you for rocking out with us on tonight. Hey, listen, I'm gonna do something real quick. I gotta go pay a few bills. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna dive right back into this conversation. This has been a great piece of conversation so far, but y'all know me. I like to pull the wolves, pull the sheets back, and actually deal with the real. Why? Because people are hurting, man. We talk about self-esteem. There's people on your job who smile next to you every day, and they're dealing with stuff internally. You just don't know it. We've gotten really good at putting the best on the outside. We put on our makeup, we get our haircuts, we put on our best outfit, and before we leave out the house, we go on our job and we put the best forward. But many of that's been medicated. Sometimes they've taken, out. You thinking they drinking coffee and it's alcohol in their cup. You know what I mean? You think that they, are just doing good, but they went to the car on the lunch break and popped some pills, all because they can't deal with what's going on internally. And many times self-esteem is one of those things. Somebody has died. They've lost a loved one. They've been told that they're fat and out of shape. Or they've been told that they're ugly. It's just enough. They couldn't get the job. They're about to get kicked out the house. All of that stuff. Woe is me. And the devil's really good. He's always been good at getting you to not see you how God sees you. And I think that's what Pastor Roman D said. Hey, we're going to go pay some bills and we're going to come right back, man. Y'all hold on, hang tight. I'm going to let these brothers, I'm going to mute these brothers because they're going to go to talking, y'all. They be clowning each other in the background. So I'll mute these brothers real quick and we'll go pay some bills and we're going to come right back. I want y'all to stay right there, okay? Stay right where you are. Don't you go nowhere. Did you hear what I said? Don't you go nowhere. We're going to be right back.
This is the LiT TV show with E.C. Weston. Stay lit, my friends.
Years in this industry, taking care of all of Florida, guaranteeing 100% customer satisfaction.
Coming soon to the LiT TV network. It's Team Renew You Fitness. Exercise, nutrition, motivation, and...
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Dares, also known as Butter. I'm originally from Chicago. I've been in Jacksonville, Florida for about 10, 12 years. I've been cutting for about 15 years. I started cutting hair in Chicago where I wanted to get my hair cut every week, but my mom couldn't afford it. So what I do is I take some clippers and try to fade myself. But every time I mess up, I had a homeboy who would fix it. And then the last time he told me, next time I mess it up, I gotta figure it out. So what I started doing, I started learning how to fix my own haircut, then start cutting everybody's hair in the neighborhood. I was charging like $5 and $10, and then it just grew from there. When I first started, my goals was to make sure everybody knew what I did, which was cut hair. So what I used to do by me playing basketball, I used to tell guys to come try me out and see if they like it and go from there. Like my goal was to really cut like 20 to 30 heads a day. But as I've grown, now I'm trying to shorten it so I can have more time to do other things. What drives me to cutting hair is seeing someone from looking rough and making them turn into somebody. Like a haircut, not only will it get you a job, it get you a girl. Like it shows your whole character when you're fresh and you know you can walk around like, yeah, he did it.
All right, yeah, there we go. Now I can see.
All right.
Y'all ready to?
Y'all, I hit the wrong button, but we back. I think we're back. Let me unmute these brothers. Can y'all hear me now?
Most definitely.
You hear me? Yeah.
All right, I can hear y'all, brothers. Now we back, y'all. Let's get back into this dope conversation. Let me get a little bit more music playing. So welcome back, everybody. Listen, we are talking about self-esteem with the off the cuff TV show with none other than Will Parker, Isaiah, and my brother Pastor Roman D, all the way out of Kansas City, Missouri, where they have told me the best barbecue on the planet Earth resides.
Easy.
So
easy.
Past
Pound for
planet
pound.
Earth. Past planet Earth.
Pound for
We put
pound,
Mars in there too.
Say what?
We put Mars in there too.
Planet Earth and Mars. I don't know, brother. I might push back a little bit on that one. I've been to Mars twice. And there's a barbecue joint over there. It's called Stack Jacks.
Jack Stacks.
No, the one at Mars is called
They stealing.
Stack Jack. Is what it's
They stealing. They like coming to America. McDowell's.
I don't know who came first, whether Jack Stack came first or Stack Jack. Listen, these brothers are amazing content creators, man. We're so excited about them on the LiT TV network. You want to tune in every Saturday live, every Saturday on LiT TV network, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure y'all tune in. Let me you talk about the Big Mick. Yeah. That's coming to America. They got the Big Mac. We got the Big Mick. Listen, who else? Okay. You know what? Sister Parker, I'm gonna have to meet you, man, because you just keep backing up this whole barbecue stuff. When I come, when me and Mike come, we're gonna take y'all to lunch and we're gonna go to Jack Stack. And I'm gonna find out rather all this, this big talk you've been doing. You and Jessica both. I ain't letting Jessica off because Jessica talking about truth and all this other kind of stuff. I'm gonna put both of y'all to the test, and we're gonna see right now this stuff. Now, I ain't gonna talk a whole lot, but Jacksonville do got some pretty good barbecue. We're not known for it, but Jacksonville do have some pretty good barbecue. Let's jump back into the topic, y'all. All right, so last week y'all dealt with self-esteem, and let's go a little bit deeper. Can we? Y'all, can we?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
go.
it in.
Let's
Get it in.
Let's talk about social media. Let's talk about how social media contributes to a lot of young people's self-esteem.
Man.
Because we were not born. We were born to be able to deal with a certain amount of criticism, right? We all came up. Did y'all use to Jones or rank or file? I don't know what terms y'all use in Kansas City, but that meant clown people, talk about them, joke on them. We call it Jones and we call it ranking. Back in the days, they call it fine, all these different terms. Did y'all do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Y'all make sure y'all ain't too holy. Anybody on here that you know?
I do it now.
Hey, that's Beats is the holy one.
Hold on, what y'all talking about? No, you ain't talking, Will.
Listen, Will. Your wife talking about my treat. You ain't treating. If I come all the way there, I'm gonna pay for my barbecue, because if it ain't good and you treat it, I'm gonna make you feel bad. So get this. So we were born, guys, to deal with a certain amount of criticism, a certain amount of pushback, a certain amount of constructive, not even constructive, just get underneath your skin type stuff. We were born for a certain amount of that. What we were not born for is to be able to deal with thousands of people, millions of people via the internet, being able to talk about us at one time, create memes about us. People that don't even know us halfway around the world are joining in on the slander, or joining in on the fun and picking at you. There's a lot of young people who have taken their lives because they could not deal with the overwhelming amount of criticism that came from the internet. So let's talk about self-esteem as it relates to the internet's part. What do y'all say about that? Like, what role does the internet play in today, right? You got kids walking around with low self-esteem because they didn't get enough likes on a picture. Real talk.
Wow. Yeah.
So what are y'all thoughts about that?
I started off before the Rona hit in our school district. There were 10 or 12 kids that committed suicides in the beginning of the school year.
Wow.
And it was because of the self-esteem. It was because they was getting bullied, no support at home. And then I think the biggest reason is the kids don't want to even talk to their parents.
Wow.
Because the parents don't understand, you too old, you ain't been through anything. So they don't want to talk to their parents. So what they're doing is saying, I can't take this anymore. I can't take Tom bullying me. I can't take Sarah slapping me. I'm just going to end it. I don't want to feel it anymore. And social media has a huge part in that. Huge part in that.
Yeah. And because the thing about it is, and this is why even as parents, even as people who work with young people, we have to do everything we can to pour into them. Because we understand that they have this struggle. They have struggle because all of them are on social media. So they're open to criticism. They're open to people not liking whatever they do. And so it's a thing where we, as people who work with young people, who get to touch young people, get to be around young people, who get to speak in their lives, that we take every opportunity, because you never know. You never know that they may go back and they may hear something negative, and your voice pops in their head saying, you're more than enough. You are great. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are intelligent. Especially because one of the things that me and Will Parker Jr. did when we worked with young people, every time we saw them, we would give them a hug. We dap them up, because we wanted, especially the young women, we wanted them to know how it felt to get a hug from a man who don't want nothing from you.
Come on, bro.
Who ain't got no motives, who ain't got no ulterior motives, who only want to share Christ and want you to be the very best that you could possibly be. So doing small things like that, making sure you embracing them, making sure you speaking words of encouragement to them. For every time you have to get on them, you should at least 2 or 3 times tell them something positive that they're doing. Because they're hearing so many things negative. They're seeing so many things negative on social media, where they have images and pictures coming at them that are negative. They have to have 1 or 2 voices in their life that is literally speaking something positive into their lives.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
And I'll back that and agree. I think that, when you begin to speak positive into somebody's life, kids in general, like when you speak positive into them, that voice is it's stronger than fear, is stronger than doubt, because it is something that reminds you that I can do this. I can overcome this. You know what I'm saying? My daddy said I can do this, or my mom says that I'm beautiful. I mean, when you have that, that support system, that's so important. And social media nowadays is so crazy. You know what I mean? Because on one hand, you have things that are good. Then on the other hand, you got things that are bad. And just the other day, my son played YouTube something for me upstairs at the table, and it was a actual little doll. You know what I mean? And he was talking about smack that booty, eat that booty, and my son was laughing. But a child's mind don't understand, mentally. You get what I'm saying? That because as a parent, I'm like, whoa, like, do you hear what he says, son? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because visually, social media is painting pictures and it's giving all of this information to kids. And I think that, what Pastor Roman D said is so big. We truly have to be supportive and pouring into our children, because unfortunately, we won't be able to keep them off of social media. Unfortunately, you can put all the codes in, you can put all of everything you want to put in, but everything nowadays is social media. Their school is through computers and all of this stuff. So, I think that what we can do, even though there's, the examples that we see from children that are committing suicide, children that have low self-esteem, they're covering themselves up now. I don't think they're beautiful. They're changing all kinds of things. I think that the biggest thing is to always remind them at home. And you might not see instant progress and results, but as you're pouring that into your children, it's going to be something that's going to stay with them and stick with them their whole life.
Shout out real quick to This Ain't That Network, TNT. Thank you for the super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel, my brother. Wanted to shout you out for doing that. I appreciate you. Let's put up real quick before you go to what your next person who's gonna make a comment. Sister Parker say parents should seek help themselves. That unresolved issues can spill over. Sister Parker, that you said a mouthful there, because many of the self-esteems that our kids have, they've been given it. They've been handed to them.
That's right.
And it's been something they've been indoctrinated with, and it's generational, right? It's generational. Many times, mom don't know how to be a mom, so mom becomes the mom that she experienced in her mom. Dad becomes the dad that he experienced with his dad, or the lack thereof. And so it becomes generational, where this self-esteem, you could go back in some families, you can go back and trace it. Literally, you can trace where that dark cloud is over the whole lineage. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm doing the best, I'm barely make it. I've met families of complainers, generations of complainers. Just, it was always you say good morning, they say what's good about it. The whole family, like, how is it possible? So you're exactly right, Sister Parker. Many times parents need that help as well. As parents, I think we should go and get therapy, just like the kids, with the kids and separate from the kids, because oftentimes the thought processes that they have, that we've given them those thought processes. One of the things that I always tried to do with my kids is, I used to tell my son, you're a Western. That means something. Your name means something. And so when you leave out of this house, remember who you are. There was a day and an age where your name meant everything. Think about this, y'all. There was a time where you didn't even have to. The people that have to know you, their first question would be, "Who your people?"
Wow,
and you got instant credibility based on who your people were.
Come on, that's good right there. That's good.
Come on here.
Hey, that's good.
And so I try to teach them, hey man, you are somebody. You come from a lineage of people who hold their heads high. So no matter what you're going through, hold your head high. If you're having the worst day and things, just remember who you are. You are a Western. I used to tell my son that all the time. Now I have to, he's grown now, so now I have to tell him, all right, boy, you're too much of a Western. Now calm down.
Just like your daddy.
Oh man.
Who was about to say something? One of y'all was about to say something before I put the next person's comment up on the screen. Go ahead.
One of the things that I wanted to say is as parents, I think Sister Parker did a phenomenal job with that comment, is we have to teach our kids how to simply unplug.
That's good.
Unplug from social media. And it's amazing because one of the most negative words in the entire Bible is the word imagination.
Imagination.
Every time you see the word imagination, it is always in a negative light. As a matter of fact, in the book of Genesis, God says that the imagination of a man's heart is evil. There go that word again, from his youth. And so the thing about imagination is almost like going to the beach. You go to the beach, you sit your clothes on the sand, you get in the water, you start playing, and next thing you know, you way over here, and your clothes are way over there. And so you drifted so far from where you started from. And that's what the imagination does. It has no boundaries. As far as you allow your mind to go, it'll take you there. And the next thing you'll know is I'm supposed to be here, but mentally I'm way over there. And so one of the reasons self-esteem compiles the way that it does is we digest more externally without reflecting on who we are internally. So just like imagination is negative, the word meditation is one of the most powerful words all throughout Scripture. And so what meditation does, it allows us to defrag. It allows us to get the junk out the system. When people told us that we're too dark, too old, too light, too whatever. That's so good. Meditation allows me to go back and hear the voices that are echoing and dominant in my life. So as parents, we have to have a voice that's so consistent in the life of our kids that even when they're away from us, our voice is still echoing throughout their life.
That's good right there.
That's good.
Hey,
I'll tell you what, whoever our kids listen to, that's who their pastor is.
That's right.
If they're constantly listening to Lil Wayne, that's their pastor. Yep. They're constantly listening to you, mom, dad, you're their pastor. And so you got to be the loudest voice. And well, God should be through you, the loudest voice that they hear, so that when they leave home, just like Mike said, that was powerful, that voice echoes. Let me put a few people's comments up. TNT said teachers program a low self-esteem. That's pretty good. Now, I don't know where you're going with it. I think I know, but just for the sake of the people who are tuned in, TNT, TATN, do me a favor, put what you mean, explain, go a little deeper in your comments so we can understand where you're coming from, because I do think I know, but I don't want to assume. So if you would kind of dissect that for me and let us know. I know you said flesh. That's one of the things that's fans are butts about it. Apostle Fidel rocking out with us. Apostle Fidel says, important subject, awesome discussion, guys. That's from Apostle Fidel. He is one of the staff members of the LiT TV network. Awesome man of God, travels all over the world. Thank you, Apostle. Sister Parker says, that's good, Pastor Grubb.
God be the glory. God bless you, sis. I love you, lady. God bless you.
Now, Pastor Mike will take you up on your barbecue offer, so you keep getting too many coffee. All right. He says, TNT says, public schools, teachers, many. I'm gonna rock with you a little bit, but I'm gonna push back. Let me tell you why I'm gonna push back a little bit, bro. The responsibility to raise our kids are the parents. Teachers' job is just to teach, even if they, quote unquote, give any type of negative stereotype, any type of self-esteem. The voice at home should be so loud. When they're in that schoolhouse, they hear their mom and their dad more than anything else. And so I think the opposite. I think we rely on school to raise our kids. That's not their job and responsibility. Teachers don't have the responsibility of raising kids. Teachers' responsibility is to teach them. And so I'm gonna push back just a little bit on that, bro. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm gonna push back a little bit on that. Let me get some music going. I'm just getting a little too serious here now, y'all boys. So let's lighten it up. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Okay. Are there any positives? Hear me clearly. I want you to hear me with your spirit, not your ears. Okay. Because I'm going to go somewhere. Are there any positives to low self-esteem?
Wow. Can I touch on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, there are positives in it, and it's some of the things that I struggle with when, deep in my life is that, you'll realize, the places that you were wounded at, you know what I mean? Now, when it's your turn, when it's your time to step up and to be that teacher, right? You'll know exactly how to be able to deliver it in such a way where you won't make that person feel like you felt in that situation. I think that is the biggest thing that I've learned as well, is that, going through my experiences with low self-esteem and, all of those things, I've learned that, you know what I'm saying? It was a season. It was a time where I had to learn and I had to get around people that, like what we were all discussing, like hearing those voices more dominant than just the negative things.
Right.
But the positive in it, with low self-esteem, is that, you know what I'm saying? You realize when you break free from it, now you have this, now you got something to say. Now you have leverage to be able to pull somebody else up from out of that situation and let them know, like, listen, you know what I mean? You know where they at, you can meet them where they at, and you know exactly what to say and how to be able to break through all of that noise, that darkness, that low self. Because, you know, low self-esteem produces pride. Like, hey, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you'll know how to be able to kind of, you know, pierce through it in such a way where you can reach them at the heart, and then they'll open up, and then you're like, wow, you know. So that is a positive to that.
And I think one thing that could come out of it is that when you understand you have low self-esteem, it makes you focus on you. It makes you have to build up the areas where you see the reason why the low self-esteem came. You see the reason, because my father wasn't there, it made me feel, because my story is, because my biological father wasn't there, I felt like, since he didn't love me and that was my biological father, how can anybody else love me? And when I began to deal with that, it made me open to be able to see things from a different perspective. And then I could work on me and build that and be the very best father that I could be to my children. And so for me, I wasn't like, well, I didn't have a father, so I'm going to end up being a horrible father. Because I didn't have a father, it made me want to be the best father that I could be, because I didn't want my kids to struggle with what I struggled with. I didn't want them to be where they looking at a car and expecting me to come pick them up, and I don't come pick them up. I'm not there for different things. I'm not in their lives. I'm not speaking their life. So I said, they're not going to feel what I felt. And so it allowed me to work on me and build myself up, even though it took time, it took decades, it took years, but I got to the point where I got comfortable with who I am, and now I'm able to flow through that. And I may not have gotten to that point if I didn't recognize, hey, this is my struggle.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's good. That's good. Let me piggyback off you, Pastor Woman D. Remember, fellas, a low self-esteem means a lack in your self-confidence. So, Pastor EC, you asked the question, what are the positives? I think one of the positives could be, if that person remains open, I think about the military. Pastor Michael Grubb say we went to a law and military school. And one of the things the military does is they literally break you down to build you up.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, so in low self-esteem, that person is already broken down.
Come on, man.
If they remain open, they can have, if it's not a parent or pastor or a friend or uncle, somebody can come in and build them up the right way.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going.
Get it, Parker Jr.
Come on, bro.
His wife must be tuned in.
Hey, come on, bro.
Let me put up on the screen. All right now, Will Parker Jr.
Come on, man.
So listen, and I'm gonna put your other comments, Mama. I see you, TNT. I got you. I'm gonna put your comments up, but that's where I was going. And the reason I asked that is, so God got me in this place, man. And same thing, counseling a brother earlier today, mentoring a brother earlier today. We got to learn to stop looking at the low places, the negatives, the areas of our life where difficulty has come or dark periods. We got to learn to stop looking at those as negatives, because if we truly believe that all things work together for good, and if we truly believe that there's nothing that happens to me, everything happens for me. If we truly believe that the devil can't do nothing without God's permission, and if God is allowing it, then there's a reason. We preach all of that stuff, but then we look at negative seasons and situations and tribulations, and we look at it as if they're negative. They all work a purpose. And so when you said the foundation, that's where I was going. See, when you're already up, there's nowhere to go but down. When you're down, God would not despise a broken or a contrite heart, a broken spirit nor a contrite heart. He takes those people, man, if they're open, that's the key, just like you said. And then he's able to build on those people. He's able to build those people up. And so oftentimes we look at issues negatively, but you got to question, if it's so negative, why God allowed it?
That's good.
If God allowed it, there is a purpose that works for you.
That's right.
We put seed in the ground, and we know that germination takes place, and we know that something beautiful or something good will come out of that ground someday. But it will not happen. We say it all the time, without the rain, without the sun. Too much sun, the plant dies. Too much rain, the plant dies. God knows how much rain the plant needs. God knows how much sun the plant needs.
Come on, sir.
We don't. If it was up to us, it'll be sunny every day. If it was up to us, we would die.
That's real status.
But what God does is he sends the rain, he sends the storm, he sends the pain, and he allows those things to cause us to be germinated and grow into who we're supposed to be. So be grateful for every negative, every issue, every low self. You see somebody with low self-esteem, that's an opportunity. You see somebody depressed,
that's right.
You see somebody who's struggling, that's an opportunity. Instead of it being negative, look at what God can do with it.
That's good.
Listen, I know that my show normally goes an hour, and I don't want to hold you guys. I know somebody got to go to work. I think one of y'all got work tonight, right?
Yeah, I ain't got to be there at 10. I'm good, homie.
You sure?
Normally Isaiah keeping us on here all night.
What you ain't gonna do is get on here talking about what had happened was to your boss.
No, man, I took off 6 to 10, homie. 6 to 10. I gave you some time.
Okay, Mike, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Can I say something, Doc?
Yeah.
What you said was so prolific and profound. And you and Will Parker, one of the strongest and biggest rebukes I ever received in my life, it became from my father-in-law, Bishop Donnell Benson. Back in 2010, my wife and I bought a place or lived in a place, and he came to move in with us for a little while. And after 3 days of living with us, he said something that I will never forget. He says, every time I turn around, you're saying, I did this, I bought that, I run this company, I run this school, I bought this car, I'm about to do that. And he says, I'm sick of it. He says, because every time I turn around, I hear the word I. He say, well, if I is doing everything, then what did God do?
Come on.
He says, for the next week, I don't even want to hear the letter I come out your mouth.
That's good, Grub. One thing we doing off the cuff, you got to repeat that.
You got to repeat.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
One more time.
One of the things my father-in-law, Bishop Benson, told me after staying with us for a few days, he said, man, listen. He says, every time I turn around, you're saying, I did this. I did that. I bought this. I'm about to buy this car. I'm about to buy this house. I run this company. I run this school. And he said, if I is doing anything, where was God in it? Where was the room for God? He said, for the next week, I don't want to hear the letter I to come out your mouth. He says, what I want to hear you say is we. So every time you want to say I want you to say we. And he say the reason being is because I want you to understand that God had a part to play in it. And he says, now go look up the letter I in Greek. So I went and looked up the word I in Greek. You know what that word is?
What is it?
Ego.
Oh,
ego is how you say I in Greek. When you see people and hear people saying I, what they're saying is ego. And this goes back to what you said, Brother Will, is that we have to be stripped. When Jesus called his disciples, he did 4 things. He called them, he equipped them, then he stripped them. Take nothing for your journey. And then he sent them out. And then it goes back to what you were saying, Pastor Roman D, is when we get to that place, of low esteem, the guy that commented TNT was talking about education. The scripture says in Acts 7:21 that Moses was educated with all the wisdom of the Egyptians. There was nobody more educated than Moses. But when God reached out to him, Moses' self-esteem was at its lowest point. He said, Lord, who am I? I can't even speak. Or send somebody else. What am I supposed to tell them? And we use it as cliche, but it's so true. God does not call the qualified, but he qualifies those that he calls, and it comes through the stripping process. And it's not through the strip that God is able to use us. He breaks that esteem. He breaks that eye.
Can I step in there? Because that's deep, because like when you consider that part right there, because I hear somebody saying right now, like, man, but you don't know how much I've been hurt. I mean, I've been through so much, man. My mom treated me this way. My dad treated me this way. Now I got married. My wife is treating me this way. Now, you know what I'm saying? I have kids and I don't know how to be able to be a good father or a good mother. You know what I mean? I've been stripped so much so to where self-esteem, or even you saying that, you know what I mean? Now, all I have to say is, I got to do this. I got to do this. But Pastor Grubbs, you said something that was so big. And I want to kind of bring that back up, man, because it's so necessary. You know what I mean? You have to know that, you know, in that place, in that moment right there, you know what I mean? Learning how to be able to let go of yourself and the experiences and the things you've been through, you know, learning how to let go of those things and start to begin to actually saying, you know, God can do this and he can help me out. And EC Western, you said it too, you know, learning how to be able to get to that place to where, you know what I mean, you're finding your confidence in God. Everything is working out. Like the reason your mom's left, the reason your dad left, it was a purpose in that. It might not have been good for you at the time, but it's going to work out for you. You know what I mean? And so I think that's important too, because there's many people I know I work with that are experiencing that brokenness and they don't know how to have self-esteem. They look to others for self-esteem. I'm gonna take his self-esteem because he seems to be strong, but his pain came from somewhere. That self-esteem came from somewhere. So I think that when we learn how to go through the process, and it's good to know how to be able to get around other brothers and draw strength from them, but you are unique. Your authenticity, or if that's the word, is very unique. And so you know, what would you say to some brothers that say that though? Like, man, I don't know how to be strong or to have self-esteem.
Hey, this is what I was thinking when you brothers are talking, because God's ultimate objective is for us to be close to him.
Come on, bro.
At the end, the reason why he sent Jesus, the reason why he created the world, because he wants to have an intimate relationship with us. And I remember studying about how the shepherd deals with stubborn sheep. What he would do at times is he would break the legs. And most people sound that sounds mean, that sounds cruel. But what he would do is while the sheep was healing from the broken legs, he would literally carry the sheep around. And what would happen is through that healing process, the sheep would get the smell of the shepherd. It would hear the shepherd's voice. So through the breaking, the sheep would become closer to God, closer to the shepherd. It would hear the shepherd's voice. So that way, when it got healed, even if it was far away, it would be so in tune with the shepherd's voice that it would hear it and go back. And so what we have to understand is through the breaking, through the struggle, through the heartache, through the storm, God is drawing you closer to him so you can get in his presence, so you can hear his voice, so that you can get to the point where you can hear his voice, and a voice of a stranger you will not follow. So the ultimate goal of everything is that you would know God and you would hear his voice and you would be able to know when you're close to him in his presence.
Wow.
Sermon title, Can You Smell Me?
That's
come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, come on here. Let me get to some of these comments. I'm gonna put them up because we done got way behind on the comments. Sister Parker say daily affirmations are powerful. I am smart. I am beautiful. I am loved. That definitely helps with your self-esteem. What comes out your mouth goes into your ears and becomes a sense of encouragement to yourself. David said, I encourage myself in the Lord. Sometimes it can't come from somebody else. You better be your biggest preacher. You better be your biggest cheerleader. And sometimes when you don't have the strength to do it, say it anyway. You ain't got to feel what you say. The devil is a liar. You ain't got to feel it to say it. Say it anyway. Say it until you feel it. How about that? That'd be a good one. You keep saying it till you feel it. I guarantee you your feelings will change. It's hard to keep saying one thing and feeling another. Just keep saying it until your feelings change. Also, TNT said many of our youth don't have functioning parents, but I agree 100%. We were talking about the teachers. So this is where he was going. And no doubt, T. That when the teacher is the parent, that's unfortunate. That's another thing. Sometimes kids are having to be raised because the parent isn't a parent, and so the teachers are having to take on those responsibilities. No ifs, ands, buts. Sister Yvette Andrews, my mom says that's why it's important to tell our children that you love them and that they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them. I am a believer in that because she raised me that way, and those were her words to me exactly. TNT says facts to you, mama. He was saying facts to what you had to say. Sister Parker says, all right, now that was when Will Parker was preaching. Come on. Sisters United by Love, those are growth places. We're talking about those moments in which we are struggling and difficulty and dark places, low self-esteem and depression. Those are growth places. TNT says, great. God created Satan for a reason. Come on here.
Hey, that's true. Hey, that's real.
We call him an enemy, but God calls him a tool.
Come on, sir.
That's good. Yeah, we need him, don't we? We don't think we do, but God uses him mightily in our. Hey, come here, Job. Where you going to? Say, just looking to and fro, trying to find somebody I can devour. He said, have you considered my servant Job? How there's none like him in all the earth?
Come on.
God used Satan as a tool to do what? Dig deep down in Job about something that was in Job that needed to come out. Where you see that at? Verse 4, chapter 40 on, God told Job, stand up and put on your clothes like a man. I got some questions to ask you. Where were you when I did this? Where was you when I told the waters to stop here? You got on Job's case for a whole 3-4 chapters.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Come on, am I right?
Yeah.
Hey, Job was melting, boy.
Come on. All that was because that was deep seated in Job. All we heard prior to that was Job was upright, none like him in all his generation. He prayed for his kids. He lost everything he had, yet did he trusted God. But deep down inside of Job, the right pressure, the right situation, the right friends, because it really came out based on these no good friends who sat there and watched him in silence for days while he suffered, and then began to tell him, you must have did something wrong because God don't allow this stuff to happen. Obviously you've been committing crime or evil or something like that. And so it was the friends really that brought him out. The wife couldn't bring it out. Satan couldn't bring it. Doggone friends. I could go there or something. Wow. Sister Yvette says, you said a mouthful. Pastor Mike said you said a mouthful.
Mama.
Sister Joanne Griffin rocking out with us tonight. She said, teach, brothers. Be grateful. Come on here. Sister Rochelle says, love it. W.E. TNT had I don't know what that is. What kind of emoji is that, bro? My Sister Parker. Sister United by Love says Luke 12:18. Come on, Mike. What is Luke 12:18?
It's been a minute since Luke 12:18. Oh,
okay, all right.
Okay, Doc.
Okay, you got it. That brother's a walking Bible for real, but y'all playing. Some of y'all go to Google when you need to find the scripture. I go to Mike. TNT says amen. Sister Yvette says the positive in low self-esteem is you've been there, and that place you can relate to others who have low self-esteem. If Jesus died on the cross and came back with a body with scars still in it, he could have came back with a perfect body. He had defeated death, but he chose to keep the same scarred one. So that he knew there was a joker by the name of Thomas who would not believe unless he could relate. And so it's where we have gone and things that we have been through. When we hide our scars, people can't relate to us. But when we come back vulnerable, jacked up, I was depressed, I was a drunk, I had low self-esteem. It's those things that people are able to connect with us, and we can be the Bible that they would never read. The fifth gospel according to you. Come on here. Poor job. Poor Job, not poor job. I gotta. Right. I can tell you, we had a colleague of ours that used to say the Book of Jobs.
Come on, sir.
Don't quit. God wants you to work. There's a whole book about it. The Book of Jobs. Kia says a tool, and he is also his son, as we are. Kia, now that's deep. Kia, that you're biblical. You're in the Word.
Come on.
You're in the Word. He was created beautiful. Come on here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Jessica says, yeah, come on, little Will Parker Jr. Come on here, Jessica, rocking out with us tonight. Mama said, preach, Mike, Pastor Mike. And then Sister United by Love says, Luke 12:18 says, and he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater ones, and there I'll bestow all my fruits and my goods. That was ego. He says, I'm gonna say unto my soul, take rest. You have done well. God said, you fool, tonight.
That's right.
Your soul gonna be required of you.
That's right.
And then who's all that stuff is gonna be.
Wow.
Amen. This has been an amazing topic tonight, y'all. We still got 190 plus people still rocking out with us. But I'm not gonna belabor it. We're already going on 8:30, so we're gonna get ready to shut it down. Great conversation tonight. I want you, if you're still watching, I want you to go to LiT TV Network on Saturday. This Saturday, I'm gonna put a flyer out 8 p.m. and we're gonna blow that show up. I want numbers like never before.
That's
And
Eastern
we're
preacher.
gonna support them this week, and we're gonna support them next week, and we're gonna support them the week after. We're gonna push these brothers. Why? Because this is the stuff that people need to hear. Their conversations need to go to the world. Somebody needs to hear. Faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. It don't always got to take place in a pulpit with a preacher and a clergy caller on screaming at you. Sometimes it's just general conversation that God drops nuggets that you'll be able to pick up on. And so I need us all to rock out. That's right. Come on, my brother, always looking out for me. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And matter of fact, hey fellas, y'all go check out TAT in This Ain't That Network. Dope brother, creating dope content. Go follow him. Go subscribe to their channel, to his channel. Hey, bro, go look up Off the Cuff. That's the name of these brothers. Go subscribe to their channel. Rock out with them. Dope brothers. Rochelle says, great job. God bless y'all. So you gonna leave now, huh? God bless you, sis. Nice to meet you. God bless you, Jessica, as well. Looking forward to meet all y'all family, man, and meeting you guys before the end of this year. Mike, we will be in Kansas City. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Absolutely.
Spend some time up there working out, filling out that market. Man, there's just some exciting things happening. Listen, how can they find you guys individually? I know how they can find the show. Hey, Quintez says subscribe to Off the Cuff. He just said that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Quintez. Subscribe to Off the Cuff. Go check them out, Quintez. Dope brothers, man. Dope brothers, bro. Hey, I need y'all to tell them how can they find y'all individually.
Zaya Beats, go ahead and kick it off.
Yo, you can check your boy out, Isaiah Malone, on YouTube. Type in Isaiah Malone. It's spelled just like this, ISAIAHMALONE. On my YouTube channel. Subscribe to me there, and you'll be locked in with me. Everything I do, from the podcast to my music to my Most Definitely show, everything on there is on my YouTube channel. We do prayers, we do word, everything. So I want to encourage you guys, come drop by, check your boy out one time. Come on, man.
I love it.
And I'm Pastor Roman D. You can find me on YouTube, The Alive Church KC, The Alive Church KC. You can also go to our website, which is The Alive Church KC. We're on Facebook, The Alive Church. We got a promotion on there. At first, we was doing The Alive Church KC, but God gave us favor, so you can just find us under The Alive Church. And so either one of them, YouTube, website, The Alive Church KC.
I'm simple. Will Parker Jr. everything. You can find me on Will Parker Jr. everything. Website, YouTube, Facebook, IG, everything. Go check out my YouTube page. Y'all seen my daughter Jessica. She just dropped a show with me called "Don't Run from the Blessing."
Come on,
beats.
Come on,
come, go check us out. But Will Parker Jr. everything, website and everything.
And then, of course, y'all know Pastor Mike, but hit him up anyway, Pastor Mike.
Well, absolutely. Pastor Mike Grubbs, and you can find me. Just Google like Will Parker Jr. Mike Grubbs, everything.
Come on.
Google ETUTIT. Mike Grubbs. YouTube, Mike Grubbs, everything. Hey, God bless y'all.
Listen, man, this has been a blessing. I'm gonna give a few nuggets, and then we're gonna get out of here. Just a few quick nuggets, and we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for rocking out with us on tonight. As always, you make this happen. And so let me give you a few nuggets. Come over to this camera over here. Man, see, my wife will be here. I wouldn't have to do all of this because I would already be sitting over here. All right, here we go. So listen, y'all. If you've enjoyed anything tonight, any of it at all, if any of it resonated with you tonight, here's what I want you to do. I want you to spend time with you. One of the things that helps most importantly with self-esteem is getting to know you. Low self-esteem, as one of the preachers said, is that you see yourself abased. You see yourself as low. And that's just the wrong perspective of you. It probably comes from comparing you to others. Whenever you look at others and compare yourself, you're gonna always not measure up. But what I love about God is God has a way of showing us through his lens. But you can't get that unless you spend time with yourself. There's a reason why Jesus would always take every morning to get away from everybody else and everything else, and he would go off to pray. Part of prayer is spending time with God, but part of prayer is spending time with you. It's called devotion. It's called meditation. And so many times, low self-esteem, depression means that you have the wrong perspective of you. If God thought about you the way you thought about you, then you wouldn't be here, because there would be no need. Every day that he wakes you up, then that means he sees something that you don't. He sees purpose. There's no reason for you to get up if he doesn't still have purpose. If he woke you up, nothing you're facing, nothing you're going against, nothing that is in front of you can stop you, because you have been woken up with purpose. And so every day you get up, spend time with you. We spend time on jobs. We spend time with children. We spend time with parents. We spend time with loved ones. We spend time with friends. We spend an hour, 24 hours a day is spent doing something other than getting to know who we are. Take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. When is the last time you took you to lunch? When is the last time you took you out for a treat? When the last time you celebrated you? Spend time with you. You're worthy of it. And I guarantee you, if you spend time with you, self-esteem will never be a problem. So these are my words for you tonight. We love you. Don't forget, if you would like to support the LiT TV show, that little Cash App thing down at the bottom that says LiT TV show, you can always give there. We need your support. We need your help, but let it be from God. If he forces you to do it, then do it, because he's going to force you. You ain't got no choice anyway, but he don't force you. I've learned that he loves a cheerful giver, those who decide to give from their own heart, not grudgingly of a necessity or because they want to get a big return. If he tugs on your heart in any capacity, anything you heard tonight that blessed your heart and you want to give, my LiT team members, y'all going to do what y'all do. Y'all do it every week. The rest of you guys, if you would love to support, we would love to have your support. All right. I'm getting ready to go. Don't forget to tune in next week. We're going to be right back, man. I love y'all. Thursday night. Be there.
Thanks for tuning in to the LiT TV show with E.C. Weston. Don't miss next week's webisode. Same time, same bat channel. Hey, we're viewer supported, so don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Edward Weston, our Instagram, E-C Weston, and our Facebook, E-C Weston. Also, let us know what you'd like us to talk about on upcoming shows. Wait. Stop the music. I almost forgot the most important thing. We need LiT team members. If you'd like to help keep this show going, join the LiT team by donating $20 or more via Cash App at $LiT TV show. And we'll recognize you live on next week's show. Okay, bring the music back. Next Thursday, 7 p.m. Be sure to tune in, because you won't want to miss it. And until then, stay lit, my friends.